big news of the week was obviously this.
Warnings from petrol retailers that many forecourts no longer have fuel as a result of days of queues at the pumps.
The government's told drivers not to panic.
People have been told not to panic.
There is no need to panic. Don't panic.
Don't panic.
So what happened? We panicked. People went crazy, filling up cars, bottles, dressing their kids as Volvos, sticking the pump up their arse. Dave, do not like that match. And the people who couldn't get fuel, slightly agitated.
Mate, there's no fuel anywhere.
If I don't get petrol, I don't get no food.
I've been here ages, mate.
One lady didn't even know why she was there.
I'm only queuing because everybody else is queuing, is he honest?
I'm just here for the fun of it, to be honest. I thought it was a roller coaster, I did.
This guy, without doubt, definitely my favourite.
Right, this is a message for the British government or fucking whoever's in charge of the fuel. What's going on in Tesco's? They've even got a fucking traffic warden down here telling you which fucking lane to go in. Just seen some woman filling up a 2-litre bottle of Lucozade with petrol. How far's that gonna fucking get you? The fucking cops over there, I'll tell them now, you bloody jam sponge, I'm bloody fuming!
I love it. He's speaking to the government on TikTok. Oi, Boris! What's going on in the Tesco in Abergavenny, man? They put diesel in the Lucozade! Mate, I gotta be honest with you, it tastes all right. I could watch him for hours. It's what he calls the guy at the end I love.
The fucking cops over there, I'll tell them now, you bloody jam sponge, I'm bloody fuming!
Who uses a pudding as an insult? Where's my petrol, you bloody apple crumble? Still, one thing you can guarantee, when there's a crisis in this country, people pull together. What a bunch of sticky toffee puddings. What is wrong with us, man? A year ago, we were clapping for carers. Now we're punching for petrol. Besides, you don't have to fight. If you don't like panic buyers, just do this.
Absolutely crazy, busy. Really busy here today.
What you do? Give us that. Now, talking of piss-taking, look at the name of the reporter the BBC sent to a garage.
Panic buying very much discouraged, but of course it hasn't made a difference to places like this.
Phil McCann. Who would they send if they ran out of shampoo? Tim O'Tay? Like, Tim, we need to interview Prince Andrew. Anyone here called Dirty Old Fucker? Come on, dirty old fucker. So why are we in this petrol predicament? Well, the Transport Minister, Grant Shapps, has blamed everyone. He blamed COVID, he blamed the public, and he blamed the Road Haulage Association, which is all misdirection. The reason we're in this mess, we don't have enough lorry drivers to deliver the petrol. And a major reason for that nobody in the government is mentioning is Brexit.
In the aftermath of Brexit, thousands of foreign drivers left the UK since they could no longer work visa-free. And now ordinary Britons are feeling the effects of that.
It's almost like immigration was keeping the country afloat. Bloody foreigners not coming here and not taking our jobs. I mean, Christ, have you seen what we've had to do?
The army has been put on standby to help ease pressure on petrol stations after days of long queues and pump closures.
Poor sods. That's not why you join the army, is it? Imagine those war films. From the makers of Dunkirk comes, "Oi, Darren, put the nozzle down." It gets crazier. Look what the Prime Minister's going to do. Boris Johnson is to personally sign off on 1 million morale-boosting letters urging drivers who turned away from the industry to get back on Britain's roads. Morale-boosting letters. Come on, you can do it. The roads aren't the same since you left. Oh, Terry, the indicating, the pulling out, the horn honking. You were the best, Terry. Anyway, I gotta go. There's a BBC journalist here to interview me called Massive Twat. Bye! Tell you what, it's a tough time for drivers. First, you've got to find petrol, then you've got to avoid this lot.
Climate protesters caused chaos on the M25, blocking slip roads, leading to enormous tailbacks.
Protesters want the government to commit to insulating homes and claim this is the only way.
When they release us from the police cells, we'll come and do it again. And we'll come and do it again. And we'll come and do it again.
So, did they win the public over?
Teaching these children to do, eh? Sit in the middle of the road at your age. Come on, get up, move on.
Get on out of it!
Get up, you twat! The problem with climate change, we clearly need to do something. Unfortunately, the people trying to raise awareness are people like this.
Please, with me now. Sound the alarm like the blackbirds.
How does that help? Nobody's going, well, I was going to buy a diesel car, but then I saw a prick dressed as a blackbird. Can you imagine if David Attenborough saw that? Here we see the drama students. Where's the pride of fucking lions when you need them? And they don't just dress up. Extinction Rebellion demo left 120 tons of rubbish on London streets. They left it filthier than my mum's mind when she's watching Luther. Mind you, littering is nothing. Have you heard about ecosexuals? Ecosexuals believe that having sex with the earth could save it. It is a different level of delusion. The planet's overheating. I'm gonna fuck a hedge. What are you doing? I'm trying to save the world is what I'm trying to do. How about a bit of respect, Maureen? No, you're mad. In case you don't believe me, here's an ecosexual in action.
I call upon all orgasms that have ever happened in the fucking United States of America and bring all that energy, all that orgasmic energy here tonight.
I mean... that's not going to save the planet. You're going to ruin your sheets. So I know what you're thinking. What gets an ecosexual horny?
And I get especially turned on by trees.
Who doesn't? Anything else?
The moon is a very high-powered vibrator. Absolutely.
The moon's a vibrator. Well, that would have changed the moon landing, wouldn't it? One small step for man. Tuesday, we have a problem. Particularly at a time when money is being taken away from people who need it most.
Since the start of the pandemic, almost 6 million people on universal credit have had an extra £20 a week to help some of the poorest families in the UK. But it comes to an end tomorrow.
Which is brutal because the universal credit cut will plunge 840,000 people into poverty, including almost 300,000 children. And what makes it worse, the day that the benefit cuts happened, the woman overseeing them, Therese Coffey, was at a karaoke night singing this. sensitive is that? It's like walking past the food bank and going, did somebody say just eat? Think it through. The extra 20 quid is vital for some people. It could be the difference between heating or eating. It's always the same, isn't it? These people need to work harder, stop sponging off the state, which is pretty rich when you read headlines like this. Donut gave Boris Johnson 53 grand to decorate his flat, including £840 per roll wallpaper and a £9,800 sofa. There's also been allegations about who paid for his 15 grand Caribbean holiday and £27,000 worth of luxury food. Donors were even approached to cover the cost of a nanny and a personal trainer. All the while moaning that his £157,000 salary is not enough to get by on. All they need is an extra 20 quid. I thought he was levelling up, not punching down. Now, thank you. Now, over at COP26, the kids were on the march.
People in Glasgow and around the world take to the streets demanding the COP26 delegates deliver strong action on climate change.
Teenagers, students, they've all turned out here today to be a part of this march because they feel it's their chance to make a difference.
Young people are banging the drums. They're saying, you might not listen to us, but we're going to make our voices heard.
They weren't just banging the drums. Some of them had a song for Boris. Old people, not quite so passionate.
How worried are you about the climate from 1 to 10?
I'd say about 4.
Hey, Boris. Nothing.
Fair to say this lady isn't changing her habits for anyone.
Well, would you eat less meat, for example?
No. I think sometimes if we'd done that now, it'd be more harm than good to us, like when they're going about smoking. I ain't giving my fags up for nobody.
Give up me fags? Fuck off. No, she isn't the only one refusing to give up meat. Even the people at COP26 couldn't be bothered. They were criticised for a menu mostly made up of meat, fish and dairy. What a piss take. They want us to eat broccoli and they're smashing Big Macs. What was the entertainment? Panda slapping and kitten wanging? Just... You've got 9 lives, prove it! Surely they should be setting an example, because clearly eating meat is bad for the planet.
If everybody went vegan by 2050, we estimated that the food-related greenhouse gas emissions could be reduced by 3/4.
Exactly. The only problem with going vegan, alcohol. If you're sober, veggie chili, tofu scramble, fine. You have a couple of beers. Fetch me a dead animal. Nobody has ever got pissed and queued for a tangerine. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I must have been on it last night. Look how many probiotic yogurts I've had.